put an arrow on the top of the S up here, so I'm just going to drag these up and turn them into corners, which they already are, which is great. I'm just going to pull this one down a little bit, and then I'm going to refine, stick in my other points, and then just move the arrow tip up, move this one out, and then I think I can go a little bit further on that arrow tip there. Maybe pull this in slightly. So I'm using my control to select both, and Bezier corner. Come in here and just sharpen up that angle. So down the bottom here, I've got a lot of points that I don't really need. This one here I don't need. I can just define it using this point and this point. So I'll delete it, and then I can use my Bezier handles. I can make this a Bezier corner. I can delete this one and this one, and I'll just use my Bezier handles just to define this shape down here. I'll just grab this and pull it away a little bit, and then just give this a little bit more curve, and that gives me those sharp angles that I'm looking for. I'll just take a look at whether there's anywhere else that we can minimize. I might just bring this arrow, just bring up my X or gizmo, and just bring this arrow a little closer in here. And I think the S is looking pretty good. We do have to be careful that we don't want this to cross over. It can cause some nasty effects later on, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to go through and fine-tune these now, but before I do, I need to show you what's a potential problem that we're going to run into here. I'm just going to isolate this this O, and I can go into isolation mode. Just click on the isolate toggle down the bottom. What we're going to be using later on are modifiers to give this thickness. At the moment, if I click render, there's nothing there, and even if I was to go all the way to the top here into my render tab of the modifier panel, I can click enable renderer, enable viewport. All I can ever get is like a hose that follows that line. I can actually swap it to a rectangle, and you can get this effect here, which is quite handy for this graffiti work, but you have to know how to get a solid letter. And the reason why this is a problem, if I just untick these, is that we actually have crossover. And what I'm going to do is quickly put a modifier on top of an extrude, and if I render that, we see nothing. The letter is still there, but unfortunately, because of the